Hello guys and welcome back to this channel. So once again, this week was marvelous. The 714 method gave us some incredible trades, right? I mean, this whole month we haven't had a week that we have some serious problems, right? Mostly it's just some little problems, but we are good to go. So what we are going to do today is we are going to dive in deep and analyze what made this week so profitable, right? That's what we are going to do. Now, most of you guys who don't know anything about the 714 method, I'm just going to explain it briefly, right? I have videos on this channel that explain it much into details. If you want to understand the concept very, very well so that you can start implying it and getting nice trades, you can go and check it out. But I'm just going to do what? Analyze it briefly. So it's very simple. You see these two lines that I've just marked just at this moment? That is our what? Our zone, right? Those are our levels. Now we mark these levels during the what? The landing session. We mark these levels during the landing session. That's the last 2 hours of the landing session that we mark these levels. When we mark this level, what happens next is very, very simple. Within this zone, if we are in a downtrend, we expect a what? An uptrend after that. If we're in an uptrend, we expect a downtrend after that. That's how simple the strategy is. And when you know this, the only thing you need to know after that is how to enter into the trade. You use these three things, right? Support and resistance, fair value gap, and order block. That's just the simplest things we use to enter into this trade, and that's what is making us profitable, right? So that's just by the way. Let's dive in. So let's look at Monday. Now, obviously, on Monday, if you really look at it, you realize that we're in a downtrend during the what? The 714 method, right? So during the 714 method, we're in a downtrend. Now, what do we expect from this? We expect to be in an uptrend after the 714 method elapses. That's how simple it is. Now, with this being inside your mind, how do you execute your trade? Because that's the most important part of the whole what? The whole strategy, right? So you use the three things that I've given you so far. You use your what? Your support and resistance, your fair value gap, and your what? Your order block. That's just the only thing that you need to enter into your trade on Monday. On Monday was very, very simple, right? Now, obviously, when we look down, we realize that our support and resistance was already here. We had our support right here, a very nice yet serious support level, right? So this right here was our support level. Now, let me just make this deeper so that you can see it very well, right? All right, so this is all right. So as you can see, this right here was our support level. Now we obviously know for sure that price is trying to push all the way back into this level right here so that we enter into our trade, because this is where we are thinking price is coming to. We're in a downtrend, we are supposed to be in an uptrend, but price needs a level to pull liquidity from so that it will push all the way up, right? Now, since we've identified this level that this is where price is coming to, when price gets to this level, we do what? We execute our trades without hesitation, right? So this is how your trade should have been on Monday. On Monday was very, very simple. You just put your levels right here. You enter into your trade. So this should have been it, right? You enter into your trade at this level right here. Where should you have kept your stop loss? Now, if you look closely, just down here, you obviously realize that this was a support level again with a fair value gap below it. Now, under normal circumstance, I've always told you guys, put your stop loss below either the support, the fair value gap, or the other block that you are going to enter based on. But because of this fair value gap right here and this support being close just to it, just try your best and put your stop loss on that support. You know for sure that if price gets to this support, then probably we are broken through this support level right here and we'll probably retest it and push all the way down, right? So this is just all you needed to do on Monday. You do not have to do what? Stress yourself. This is just what you needed to do, and you wait for price to come all the way down here and you execute your trades, right? Now obviously price is still up here, it's not yet down. You just do what? You exercise patience. That's just all you need. Sometimes the only thing you just need is what? Patience, right? When you get the patience, then you enter into your trade when price reaches your level. Now obviously you can realize that price did came all the way down to your level right here. Your trades could have been taken at this moment and price will push all the way up, right? So this is the time that you should have executed your trade. Now let me just put this by this to this level right here so that we'll see it very, very clearly. So this is where you should have entered into your trade. You see that it took a very long time before price actually came all the way down, but that's where you should have entered into your trade, right? Simple as that. Now I'll take profit levels. I'll take profit levels should have been at this high right here, because This high right here is very strong. Why is it strong? When price push all the way down from this level, you can see that it gives us a very nice fair value gap just around this level right here. So that was a fair value gap just right there, right? Price came all the way to it, respected that fair value gap, tried pushing all the way down, wasn't having enough pressure, push all the way back into that fair value gap again, pull more liquidity, and we now reach this support level right here. So this fair value gap, you know that is very strong. Price will come all the way back into it. Will probably hit it and come all the way down. So it's good to take your first TP around this fair value gap. When price did push all the way through, so and this have a
week was
retest
also a
or
very
something
good
like that,
week, a
when
very
price gets all the
profitable
way
week
to
with
this
the
high right here,
714
you can take
strategy.
your
So
your
today,
second
what we are
TP,
going
right?
to be doing
So
is
your second
I'm going to
TP could
guide you
be at
guys
the
step
trends
by
high,
step
as you can
on
see. That's the trends high right there.
how
Second
we
TP
got
could
this
have been
trade, how
here.
the
Pretty
714
much
made us
simple.
what
So
really.
that's just what you needed to do. You know for sure that this is strong high and it could equally hit price all the way down, right? Simple as that. So that's just it. And you wait for price to push all the way into your what? Your first TP, right? So as you can see, within some couple of minutes, we actually reach our first TP, right? But the problem was price took a very long time before it took out this high right here. We equally took out this high around somewhere in Tuesday, right? It seems it was in Tuesday that we actually took out this high. We did not take it out, so you could have still been in the trade if you wanted. We came all the way back, retested it very well before we actually push all the way up, and the push was very, very nice, right? But you could have gotten out of the trade if you had a reason to get out, right? So why do I say if you have a reason? If you look at this level just right here, you realize that was a change of character. You get out of the trade, right? Price change character, pulling all the way back to pull liquidity and push all the way down to test this level again. You could have gotten out of the trade if you have another serious test on this level again, then you enter again and push all the way up, right? Simple as that. That was just it on Monday. It was a very nice trade. You shouldn't have really stressed yourself that much. You should have just gone into this trade, simple and fair. Now, the reason why a lot of people don't actually maximize their accounts with the 714 method, or the reason why a lot of people are still having break even trades, are because they don't enter into more trades when price is actually pushing all the way up, right? Let's look at this for instance. So obviously price came all the way back to this level down here. You entered into your trade. Price is giving you this nice rejections. It came all the way and closed all the way up here. Enter into another trade right there. When price gets to this level, close above this candle, enter into more trades. When price closed above this candle, enter into more trades. When price closed above this candle right here, get out of 3 or 4 trades that you've entered so far, and you leave only 1 or 2. Simple as that. With that, you maximize your account. But if you think price is just you buying zero point 0.1 here without adding or increasing your entries, you are always going to be a break even trader, right? So you have to capitalize on these opportunities and do what? And maximize your account, right? Simple as that. So let's go to Tuesday and see what actually happened. So let's look at Tuesday. Now, Tuesday was one of the simplest days that we had throughout this week. But if you have not watched my videos for a while, you wouldn't have been able to enter into a trade based on the 714 method, right? So obviously, when you look at it, you realize that we're in an uptrend, as you can see, a very nice uptrend during the 714 method. Now, under normal circumstance, what we expect from this is a very nice downtrend after that, right? Simple as that. But because we are having losses and we understood that the moment that we do this with the 714 method and the major trend is not favoring it, we do what? We are going to encounter a loss. We change it into a reverse 714 method anytime we have this or anytime we are in this type of situation, right? So obviously when you look at it closely, you realize that we just took out this high right here, right? So this right here was our last high that price just took out. Meaning price is going into an uptrend. So despite the 714 method, we are in an uptrend. There's no way you should be expecting a downtrend. The only downtrend you should be expecting is a retracement so that it will take the next high out, then you enter into your trade, right? So what we should be expecting is just a push, it probably push all the way down to this level right here and we'll take out this high right here, right? So when price is taking out this high right here, we enter into our trade, right? Simple as that. That's just what we needed to do. You don't need to expect a downtrend from this because you know this high has been taken. And when this high is taken, price is telling you that we are pushing all the way up. There's no way we are coming all the way down from that, right? Simple as that. So the only thing you just needed to do is mark your highs right here. So obviously we know for sure that this right here was a very nice high that just got taken, right? You mark it. That's your first level. Now the next level you should mark is just this high right here. When this high is taken again, we can see the price is now starting to retrace back to this highs right here. So price is retracing back to this highs right here. So when any candle pushes through again and take out this high right here, you are entering into your trade. Simple as that, because you know for sure that we are pushing all the way up, right? So let's see what actually happened. So we can see the price is still retracing. Now, price has eventually came all the way up to this high right here. Now, you can equally enter based on the candle close, or you can enter based on the what? Based on the wicks of the candles, right? Simple as that. Which way you enter into your trade, you are good to go. So you can equally just wait for another candle to confirm it. So as you can see, it's now confirmed that price is doing what? Pushing all the way up. We are no longer coming down, right? So you get into your trade. That's how simple Tuesday was. It wasn't a big deal, right? So you get into your trade with your stop loss below this level right here. You get into your trade. You are good to go. Where should you enter? Where should you exit your trade, right? So this level being your what? Your first TP, you can enter. You can get out of your first trade around this level right here, or this level right here, right? So we can put our first TP just around this level. That's where you should have kept your first TP, and you multiply this. I've always said it. You multiply this into two, and you take your what? Your second TP. That's how simple Tuesday was. Now, because you know this is confirmed, you know we are pushing all the way up. Price is no longer coming all the way down, right? So let's actually see what happened. So as you can see, just within a couple of moves, right? You can see within a couple of moves, your first TP got hit, and just when you wait for just a couple of times, you realize that your second TP got hit, right? That's how simple Tuesday was. Tuesday was very, very simple. It was the easiest trade that we got so far. The whole concept about the 714 method is we are going to get a massive move after this zone or after this level right here is elapsed, right? So whether the massive move is going to favor the 714 method or not, your job is to analyze it and enter into your trade. That's how it is. So it gives us this confirmation, it gives us this mindset that price is going towards this direction. So that you have it inside your mind, you are confident and you enter into more trades, right? Simple as that. That's just how it is. Now let's go to Wednesday and see what actually happened. So let's look at Wednesday. Now on Wednesday, obviously we're in a downtrend, right? As you can see within the 714 method, we're in a very nice downtrend. Now, if we're in a downtrend, our expectations are we should be in an uptrend after this period elapses, right? Simple as that. But I've always told you guys, at least just analyze the trend just a little bit, right? So obviously, if you had analyzed it, you realize that this right here was our last high. Price broke through it, retested it, and pushed all the way up, giving us this same place as our last low. Now, obviously, you can realize that prices came through it. So indirectly, we are pushing all the way into a downtrend. We are no longer in an uptrend. So if you are going to enter into a trade, you should enter into a trade based on what the trend, right? You should enter into a trade based on the trend, which is you should understand that this right here is a change of character. Price is going into a what? A sell zone. Now, obviously, this is our fair value gap right here. That's a lot of liquidity. With this change of character, price might push just a little bit into this level and push all the way down. This is where you are supposed to enter into your trade, right? Simple as that. So what you just needed to do is a very simple thing. Come and mark this fair value gap just right here, right? So you mark this fair value gap. When price pushes just into this fair value gap, you are entering into a trade because you know for sure that we are no longer in a what an uptrend, but we are moving all the way back into a downtrend, right? With this change of character right here, price is telling you that we are going into a downtrend. That's just what you needed to do. You are supposed to put your levels right here and watch price push all the way up. If price gets into it, you enter into your trade. So let's see what happens. So obviously, as you can see, price push back into the fair value gap to pull liquidity, right? And you enter into your trade based on the 50% level, right? That's the 50% level of the fair value gap. Enter into your trade. Now, where should you put your stop loss? Obviously, I've told this or I've told you guys several times. Always put your stop loss either the high of the fair value gap or the low of the fair value gap, right? So if this is our fair value gap, we should put it above it because price can easily push just to this high right here, just to pull liquidity and push all the way down, right? It's a very simple thing. Now, this right here should be our what? Our first TP, because that's the obvious low, right? So this right here is our first low. That's our first TP right there. When price gets to it, we are taking our first profit. And after we take our profits, we can equally bring our what? Our stop loss either to break even or all the way back down to this high right here, right? So that's just what you needed to do. Now, with this being your first TP, you duplicate it and you get your what? Your second TP, which will obviously be just around this level right here, right? See, your second TP could have just been around this level, either right here. So because that right, this level right here is just a lot of what? A lot of buys, right? So your second TP could have been there. So let's see what actually happened. It was a very simple trade. Your first TP could have been hit very, very easy. But our second TP did not actually get hit that easy, because we actually took our second TP, was it in Thursday, right? We actually took our second TP in Thursday because price actually consolidated for a very long time, a very, very long time, right? As you can see, price was still consolidating all this while. It was still consolidating. So we eventually got our second TP Thursday. Yeah, was it the beginning of Thursday that we actually got it? Yeah, it seems it was the beginning of Thursday that we actually got it. So let me just fast forward this so that you see our second TP getting hit. So as you can see, our second TP did get hit, but right, but in Thursday it wasn't on what's on Wednesday, it was on Thursday, right? Our second TP gets hit on Thursday. So that was what I was saying. Price consolidated for a very long time. As you all this was just consolidations, right? Consolidated for a very long time. But if you are trading a bigger time frame, I was also trading a bigger time frame last week. I was trading a very big time frame. I was trading about 4 hour time frame, right? And you could have seen all these levels. It was just a very simple level price push all the way back down. You could have entered into your trade, right? And push all the way up. That was what happens on Wednesday. It wasn't any really big deal, right? It was just a small trade, but very, very profitable, right? So let's look at Thursday. Now, obviously, on Thursday, we're in an uptrend during the 714 method. Thursday was also one of the easiest days because you don't even need a lot of analysis to enter into a trade based on Thursday's what 714 method, right? It was just one of the simplest days that you could equally enter into a trade, even if you don't know anything about the 714 method. Because if you look at it, we're in an uptrend. And price was already respecting this level right here. You can see the price was already respecting this level right here. All you needed was just price to get through this level right here and you enter into your trade. When this level is broken through, you enter into your trade because you know we are pushing all the way down. We are no longer going all the way up, but we are pushing all the way down. That's how simple what Thursday was. That's how simple Thursday was. It wasn't any big deal, right? So you could have just waited for price to push just a little bit and you enter into your trade, right? So let's see what happened. Now, with this candle, you know for sure that price is coming all the way down. You could have entered into your trade. Either you enter into your trade or you just put your trade just around this level right here. You could have entered your orders just here with your stop loss always above this high right here, right? So your entry right here with your stop loss always above this high right here. So this high right here should have been where you put your stop loss above, right? Simple as that, because that's the obvious high. And you target this level right here as your first TP. So this should have been your first TP. When you duplicate it, right? When you duplicate it, you get your what your second TP. That's just how simple what Thursday was. It wasn't any big deal. You could have just entered into your trade and you are good to go, right? Even though if you look at a bigger time frame, from a bigger time frame analysis or perspective, Thursday was just a retracement, but you still could have made a lot of what profits from this, right? That's just what you needed to do. A very simple thing. Now, within just some couple of minutes, you can see that your first TP could have been hit. Simple as that. And you wait to see either your second TP will be hit or not, right? Now, obviously, when you look at this level just around here, you realize that we have a what? A change of character, right? So you can see that we have a change of character just around here. And I've told you if you are in any trade and you see a change of character, get out of the trade, because that's just price way of telling you that we are no longer in a downtrend. We are now in an uptrend. So why should you still be in a downtrend, right? Simple as that. Get out of the trade. You are good to go. Don't stress yourself with all this, right? So that's just how simple Thursday was. you could have gotten into this trade and gotten out of this trade very, very easily without even thinking about it, right? So let's go to Friday and see what actually happened. So let's look at Friday. Now, obviously, when you look at Friday, you realize that we're in an uptrend, right? So on Friday, we're in an uptrend during the 714 method. So obviously, we are looking for a place to sell all the way down because what we are expecting after this is a very serious push to the downside, right? Simple as that. Now, the only place you could have found this level that you are looking for was a bigger time frame. If you had just gone to a 1 hour time frame, so obviously let's just go to a 1 hour time frame, right? So let me just add this to this. So if you had just gone to a 1 hour time frame, not even a 4 hour time frame, 1 hour time frame, you could have gotten it because we were almost at the all-time high, right? So let me just do this so that you see it very well. So obviously, as you can see, we're almost at the all-time high, just around this level right here. So price was just trying its best to just push all the way back into this level right here. That was our all-time high, right? Now, when you know this, you just go back to your 5 minute time frame and you know that price is trying its possible best to do what? To just push into this level right here. When price pushes into that level, you do what? You enter into your trade, right? Now, because you obviously know price is pushing all the way up into this level right here, you can equally enter into a trade when this level right here is taken. So as you can see, this was our last high that got taken from this. Now, this right here is our last high that just got broken, right? So you could have just entered into a trade right here just to push all the way up into here. That means you are just preparing yourself to enter into a trade based on the 714 method, right? Now, because this is our last high, this is our last high that price was just trying to reach. When price gets to it, what do? You enter into your trade. When price gets inside, you enter into your trade, put your stop loss just above this level right here, and you are good to go, right? Simple as that. So let's look at how you could have set up your trade on Friday. Now on Friday, it would have been very, very simple. You would have just entered into your trade right here at this last high, just around this level right here. Now, let me see if this could actually be that deep. All right. So this right here is okay. So you could have just entered into your trade based on this level, just around this level right here with your stop loss here. Your entry could have been here, right? And you'll be targeting this level right here as your first TP. When price gets to here, you target your first TP. But also when price actually push all the way up, giving you a next low, right? Like this level right here. If price breaks through this level right here, you can use this as your first TP and you use this last level right here as your second TP because when you look at it, you obviously realize that just around this level was a lot of what bias, right? So you could have targeted this level right here as your last TP. So when price enters into this level, pick your trade. Now you probably find a first TP around this level right here with this as your last TP, or you probably be targeting this fair value gap right here. If you go to a bigger time frame, you realize that this was a very big fair value gap. So you'll be targeting for price to push all the way into it, right? Simple as that. That's just what you needed to do. Now, with this inside your mind, you could have just joined this trend and you push all the way up into this level, right? But let's see what actually happened. So that's what I was just saying. You could have just joined in with this trend, right? Because you know we are pushing all the way into the all-time high, right? So you could have just joined in and price will push you all the way up before you now do what? Enter into your 714 method, right? Simple as that. So as you can see, price came all the way to this level right here. It did not pick our trade, push all the way down. But because we did not hit the all-time high, price push all the way back into it to do what? To take our trade, right? That's how simple it is because it needs to test this level right here before it can now push all the way down. So with this, your trade would have been taken. So if we are going to push this probably all the way down to this level right here. So let's just bring it here. So you could have entered into your trade around somewhere here because we just got into the all-time high, right? So with this, you could have been targeting this as your first TP just around this level right here. When price gets to this level right here, so that should have been your first TP around here, and you'll be targeting the next low, right? So you could have targeted this as your last low. When price gets here, you are getting out of the trade, or you use this last low because you know for sure that if price gets through this last low and It's going to enter into this fair value gap. There will be a lot of liquidity here. You might not get time to do what to get out of your trade, right? So you could have equally done that as well. So this right here should have been your trade. You could have gotten this trade, right? A very simple yet really, really nice trade. It wasn't any big deal. And you just wait for price to push all the way down to your second TP, right? That was it on Friday. We had this nice trade, right? You could have gotten out of the trade when you had this nice push all the way up, or you still wait for price to push all the way down to this level right here, which will be probably on Monday, right? Because yeah, which will be on Monday. Somewhere Monday we'll enter into we'll reach there or we'll probably test that fair value gap, right? But that was just it. I'll see you guys in the next video.